Pace University. I'm excited to be here. Yeah. I'm in a great mood, even though right before I walked up here, some girl told me I looked like Jason Bateman had sex with a giraffe.
It's great news that we've all been wanting. And when I say great news, I mean that sarcastically. Of course, there's another variant. Ha ha, right? I mean, you can almost just expect it. Right now, it's Omicron. People are saying it sounds like a villain from the Transformers franchise. Omicron. Oh no, it's Omicron. He shoots viruses from his car arms. The exhaust fumes on his car parts, they exhaust coronavirus, a mutated coronavirus. I am Omicron. Transformers. But yeah, Omicron, it does sound like a Transformers character. For those that don't know, you've got Megatron, Decepticons, a lot of things that end in ons. But Omicron, it's a new variant. Of course, right? I mean, is this just the pandemic that's never going to end? It's like apparently Omicron is more transmissible, of course, than Delta. This is like a bad Hollywood movie and they just keep making sequels. It's like in this one, Michael Myers is 100 feet tall and he has 2 machetes. It's like, of course it's more transmissible. Apparently vaccines don't work on it. Of course, right? Of course the vaccines don't work on it. And now you get all the anti-vaxxers being like, see, I told you those vaccines really weren't going to do any good. I told you Michael Myers was going to come back taller than Shaq. I mean, you just can't win with this coronavirus chapter of life. There's probably going to be a new variation every year. There'll be another one after Omicron. Right when we've got medicine for Omicron and we're like, I think the pandemic's going to end. People are going to be like, oh, you haven't heard about the newest strain, Thanos? The newest strain of COVID is called Thanos. Yeah. Apparently, if you've been vaccinated, you're more likely to get Thanos. How does that make any sense? And not only will it kill you, but potentially it could make us go extinct as a species, kind of like the dinosaurs. I'm sorry? Yeah, Thanos. It's a new strain. But of course, it's more transmissible. They always say it's a variant. The term they use is of concern. This is a variant of concern. It's kind of like a child who throws rocks at squirrels. This is a child of concern. You never want to be anybody or anything of concern. How's that guy, Brian Drolet? You like Brian Drolet? Well, he's someone of concern. And I don't want anybody to be concerned about me. Don't concern. How's Brian? I'm concerned about Brian. Don't be concerned about me. All right? I'm living my life, baby. Have you heard about the newest strain of COVID called Death Star? Omicron. It does sound like a villain from the future. Omicron. Here to take over the entire galaxy. The actual name of it, though, is BB11592, I believe, which sounds like a droid from the Star Wars universe. B11529. B11529. Sounds like a droid from... There's probably a pissed off Star Wars creator like, I got to come up with a new name for the droid in the next movie now. Thanks a lot, COVID. B11529 was a great name. It was like C3PO, but better. Maybe that'll be the next COVID strain. Have you guys heard about C3PO? Yeah, it's that's C3PO is the actual scientific name for the Thanos variant. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna touch on this. Dave Chappelle was invited back to his high school, and it was funny in my episode where I talked about Dave Chappelle being disinvited from his high school. I was like, it would have been nice if they actually invited him and they had a conversation. Well, turns out they did. They did just that. And of course, there were some students. One student called him a bigot and, was being that guy. And then there was a lot of people that supported him. Apparently, he donates millions of dollars to the school, gives these students opportunities to open at big events if they're comedians or musicians. He gave out Thanksgiving dinners to everybody. So that was cool that they invited him. And apparently they are going to name the theater after him, but they've postponed that event to next year to kind of let all this blow over. So I like where the story ended up. It ended up where I was hoping it would. So good for that school, good for Dave Chappelle, and good for the people that are having the conversation. And another story that I'll just talk about really quickly is Nassau is launching an experimental rocket into outer space to explode an asteroid to prepare should we ever be attacked by an asteroid. We're doing this preemptively so we don't get extinct like the dinosaurs. This is a real thing. You can look it up. A real article. But how crazy is that? And how do we know we're not going to explode that asteroid and then it's going to break into other pieces and maybe go a different direction and fuck up some other shit somewhere in space? As I reported, we got space junk. Now we're blowing up asteroids just to see if we can. In the event that there's ever an asteroid headed towards us, I love the idea that if there's ever an asteroid, the current president will be like, well, is there anything we can do? Can we blow it out of space? And we're like, yeah, we did it 40 years ago. We were shooting asteroids. Just in case of this event, we've got an asteroid blaster guy. Bring in Asteroid Al. Hi, everybody. I'm Asteroid Al. Don't worry, Mr. President. We're going to blast this asteroid out of the galaxy. By the way, I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm intellectual man. My name is Albert. It's actually Asteroid Albert, and I don't speak like that at all. I was doing it for effect, Mr. President. Nice to meet you. So yeah, NASA's doing that. Okay, this next topic is unbelievable to me, okay? Hardcore QAnon supporters, believers, and JFK conspiracy theorists converge in Dallas and have, I don't know, a rally, a group think session, I think like on a highway overpass. I mean, people. If you're going to a QAnon anything, or you're a part of a group that believes JFK was never killed, is still alive, and you really thought he was going to show up in Dallas, and apparently there's people there for weeks just waiting for them to show up. Like, I don't know, man. You need to, like, maybe you need Jesus in your life. I don't know. You need something high. You need like a higher power. You need, like, you know, in the movies, whenever like a character like collapses into water and they're kind of floating and it's like a dream sequence. These people need that. They need like an awakening. That, or they need somebody like Shaq to just bitch slap them across the face and wake them up. Like, I don't know. I guess QAnon, I actually had to look it up, but they're just big believers in the whole pedophilia ring, and that people high up in the government and celebrities and Hollywood elites. It's always pedophilia. Why don't these people, like, if they're that concerned about pedophilia, why don't you go, like, I don't know, like, handle the pedophilia that we can prove and we know is, like, happening? Where are you there? I mean, why is it always these things that I think these people just fall in love with the idea of the underbelly of life and uncovering deep, dark secrets. And listen, I'm sure there are some messed up things that happen. But these, like, one of the quotes in the article was like, I don't know, one of the conspiracy theorists said something like, you know, the best way to infiltrate our group is to pretend to be one of us and then spin something. And this, like imagine you're in a conspiracy theory group and then one of the other conspiracy theorists is suspicious of you. Like, hey, everybody, do we really know this Bert guy? He doesn't even have a friend named Ernie. I don't trust him. But it's just insanity. Like, I can't imagine. Somebody in the article was like, I spent $3,000 in 2 weeks of my life to be here, and JFK didn't even show up, and neither did Trump, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, guys, I feel like QAnon and these groups are like things that at some point in your life, you wake up and you have all these tattoos over you, and you're like, oh, man, I messed up. What was I a part of? But JFK, man, if you're in that group, that means you've been drinking this Kool-Aid for decades. And, man, it's like, I don't know, join the FBI, join the police force if you really want to take down evil so badly. But don't go to Dallas and stand on a freeway overpass with a sign that says, you know, Trump and Kennedy 2024. But it was just a crazy article about crazy people. And I'm sorry, I'm not into conspiracy theories at all. If you don't have a hardcore proof, if you're just like, dude, watch this YouTube video, and no. I mean, You're wasting your time. Focus on what you can control. There was this girl that I know, and one time she said to me, she's like, Brian, how can you even, do anything? Do you know that there's lizard people? Did you know that? They're living under the ground. There's lizard people. And I said, who cares? Let there be lizard people, which I ironically touched upon last episode. But who cares? If people are living underground and thinking they're lizards, let them do them. I'm going to remain above ground, watch episodes of Seinfeld, drink coffee, go to happy hour, sing karaoke, and live my life. I'll leave the lizard people alone. If a lizard person shows up to karaoke and tries to steal the mic with his lizard tongue, then I'll deal with it. I'll be like, yo, lizard guy, get the hell out of here. I'm doing one jump ahead. You can wait and do whatever the hell you want to do afterwards. I'll kick his ass if I have to. But if he don't come up here and bother me, I ain't going to go down there and bother him. So conspiracy theorists, believe what you want to believe, but man, you're wasting your energy. And it never comes out true. It never comes out true. Even Trump, when he got into office, he didn't arrest and lock up Hillary Clinton for Pizzagate or any of these stupid things. Even the people that you're putting up on a pedestal as like your leader, they're not even doing anything. QAnon, more like Q-moron. Q the moron. We believe JFK is still alive and going to meet up in Dallas. Q the moron. Pedophiles are trying to secretly take over Hollywood. Yeah, cue the other moron. Yeah, I believe lizard people are going to take over karaoke.
Yeah, I've been acting for the last 10 years. So as mentioned, sometimes people recognize me from shows like MTV's The Hills and MTV's Disaster Day. But maybe a couple people recognize me from what I'm currently starring in. MTV's reruns of The Hills and MTV's reruns of Disaster Day.